Your younger self is telling you not to worry too much. They know you worry a lot. The problems will never go away, but try to stay present. You feel really trapped right now because you're in your head a lot. It doesn't mean that you aren't trapped. You may be trapped for now, but your younger self wants to tell you that you have the talent, you have the skill here. The money will come because you are the star. And I was hearing this even before I drew the cards. I heard you are the star. You are the star here. Yeah, you worry a lot. For someone with so much potential and capability. It's because people haven't worn their heart on their sleeve with you. They have been very reserved, whether they meant to or not, and you felt like you had to really earn people's love or trust or admiration. And people assumed that maybe you got a lot of that already because you exuded so much love and peace. Already they thought she couldn't have been through, or he couldn't have been through so much here. But you've been through a lot. You went through a lot of heaviness that some of it you haven't completely let go of yet. But know that you deserve happiness, your younger self is saying. You have so much more skills than you did when you were younger. You're just as creative. Look back on those journals. Look back on those times and all of that you survived, and know that you have potential and you're working on it. This keeps on coming out. You feel trapped, and you are trapped in some ways for now. Maybe something hasn't come up yet, but it will. The sun is going to come up, and the seeds that you planted will prosper and will bring you success here. You're working towards your goals. Keep on going towards your goals. You have that motivation, the honor. And the honor and the stability you have and that wisdom is what is going to keep you in a beautiful, I'm hearing beautiful standstill. So it's like in a good way. You know what I mean? Like you're going to be very planted. You're not a fly by night. So don't feel jealous of people who might be getting high accolades right now, but you hadn't heard about them until yesterday. Maybe it's a fly by night, maybe it's not, but either way, you don't need to focus on others. Focus on yourself and how far you've come on your own, without deception here, or even needing collaboration. Yeah, Three of Pentacles came out. Like, you didn't need the collaboration. I'm hearing your path is truly yours. You've really made your path truly yours. The Moon in reverse. And it has been so straightforward and simple, really. And a lot of people see that. With the High Priestess in reverse, it's like you are very intuitive, but you show people that being intuitive doesn't really, you don't need a lot of fancy stuff. You don't need a lot of what you feel you need in life. But yet still people resist because there's something, maybe you make it seem really easy or effortless in some ways, but you're a very private person, and you are very prideful in a way too, where you don't want people to see you too emotional. And it's because you also have been kicked while you've been down. You realize that a lot of the time people have used ammo against you about when you've been feeling upset. So sometimes people don't always have the full picture of you, but know that even though people don't have the full picture of you, doesn't mean that people can't have their own intuition and own heart and compassion and not project upon you because of jealousy or because of what their own perceived lack is. But you are otherwise someone who is very peaceful and loving and generous. So it's kind of like this oxymoron where people feel like they can't get very close to you in a lot of ways, but you are very loving. But there is a wall there because of how much you've been taken advantage of by people in authority here. Maybe even when you were younger, and there wasn't any judgment, and there wasn't anyone to go to here. But know that you have gold within you. You are a creator. And don't let the people around you make you feel like an outsider. You have so much light in you, so put it towards yourself more. Because you can inspire a whole room, but then leave that room feeling so dark inside. drained. And sometimes people take and they don't mean to take so much, but they need, and they don't know how to get that. You have Five of Pentacles. So like you don't leave people out in the cold. You do the complete opposite of that. You warm people, but you burn yourself out to the point where you find yourself feeling like where do I belong, or where do my needs get met? And King of Swords. So you come across as very straightforward at times, and then there's some people who take advantage of that, or they use it against you being so straightforward. But it's kind of just your nervous system. Like, you see the waves in the background? It's like there's a lot going around on you, within your mind and behind you, in your life, that you sometimes just have to be really straight up and assertive. Because if you don't, then you don't get heard. And people judge that because they've gone without, or they've had other privileges, or they haven't had to ever ask. But you've had to, and you're still the King of Cups, though. So anyone who wants to say badly against you, they're just committed to misunderstanding you for their own reasons. And you're pretty aware of that at this point. I feel like you're pretty aware, self-aware of why and how you do the things you do. It does still hurt, though. You do feel a sorrow from this, I believe, with the crow here, because of people's dishonesty. You still feel that pain, and still wanting to connect with people here. But you're also at this point where if people are apathetic, and you're apathetic because you know what you deserve of the world. You know that your life, you're going towards something. You're on assignment. You have a mission here, and you believe everyone does. But sometimes you believe that you've seen people drag you down, or people were lost and they brought you into their own chaos, and you cared and loved them, and you went along with the ride. But then you realized that you weren't making any decisions about your own life. It was kind of like this distraction where no one was really at fault. You thrived in the position of helping other people and loved it, but it also distracted you from making changes in your own life. And people kind of maybe left you after you kind of took care of them and helped them, and a lot of them are regretting that at the end of the day, because you are like this North Star to them. You bring this guidance, but by that time you have like all these choices and all these options. So you're gone like the wind, like when you feel like you're not being appreciated here and poured back into now, and something more fulfilling comes towards you that's more aligned with you now, because you're connecting with your intuition, you're going to go for it. And people are aware of that. You're not a cold person. You do grieve, you do care, but you also know you have a life to live, and you're going to go towards it. And those who are meant to be, meant to be. You will find your community, you will find your people, and your people will find you. Ciao.